What is your mind for? Some say it is for taking commands of an abusive nature, accepting scorn and laughter as part of your social status. By the way a person behaves, they attract their kind of abuse. As a victim accepts her partner's beatings as part of the relationship, so too does an abuser say in their mind that in my dominance it is what I think and what I do that is right. The writer believes that their mind is for thinking and recording the thoughts. An artist's mind is for inspiration to paint. The common theme here of the people mentioned is that they create their own story. None of them have to do what they are doing. They can switch roles at any time. Hard times come to your home, and there is little can be done to avoid them when they have arrived. You may feel stricken with grief for a while. It is an excuse to throw away what you have built up, simply because you feel you are not worthy of having nice things, while such burning thoughts are active. Of course, we might want to throw away as much as we can, but it is still worth taking care, even as our hearts are cracking, and all friends are bailing. It may seem a time to throw away everything, but there is always your soul, even as trouble has surmounted all that you can bear. As one may feel like a fallen snowflake, there is inside of you a soul, one that is repairable. It is worth the effort. What can we imagine our souls are like? Let's say it is like a ship that we board when our life is over, and it takes us to where we came from. If we had taken care of our soul when we were alive, we have a good ship that functions as it was meant to. But if we did not care for our soul, then perhaps the ship will wander aimlessly. Or we may compare our soul to an ark. If we take care of our soul, then we build it up like an ark. And if we harm our soul, then we dismantle the ark. When our soul is over, or when our life is over, we either have an ark that is complete or one that is like wreckage to cling to. Since we do not know what our soul is, and we can only speculate, or we may have only been told that we have a soul, and such teaching is like the story of Santa Claus. A soul can be compared to the earth. We know that we have a planet. We know that a form that is taken care of is one that keeps its potential. Our earth taken care of is a planet that sustains life. Its potential is to bring forth life and sustain it. A forest that is respected is one that sustains life. It creates habitat for several hundreds of species. It produces oxygen, absorbs carbon. It's a paradise. It also is living to the full potential of Earth's surface-to-air contact. So why do we allow the Earth to be subjected to abuse? We humans are many, we are diverse, we are social, but somehow we cannot agree on what is worth more. For example, we cannot agree on whether the mountain, in its original form, creating habitat for hundreds of species, is better than the mountain being blasted for its metals instead. We can even single out one life form, such as an orca. We decide whether to take one from the ocean and bring it to a pool to live out the rest of its life for our entertainment purposes. The action would be solely for monetary gain, but the orca's permission would be void. Is the orca's potential to live in a pool, or is the orca's potential to travel hundreds of thousands of miles in its lifetime, to hunt, mate, live its life in the ocean? We have been so small in comparison to the earth. Through our coming together, we have many achievements in medicine, in science, in engineering. Through our activities, we have changed the climate of Earth. What was not so long ago a well-balanced symphony of life in harmony has quickly and increasingly become irregular, out of tune, and overreacting. Our ancestors were born into a world that was balanced. Our future generations will inherit an unbalanced world with turbulent weather, a police state, security overload, anxiety-driven society of classes, segregation, pollution, threats of war, nuclear arms, fear, and large-scale corruption. Our ancestors of long ago lived in harmony with Earth, and their actions and behaviors secured a bright future for their own kind, as well as the other life on the planet. Civilization, with its many wonderful achievements, has missed the important aspect of continuing harmony with our planet. We have rushed ahead, creating and solving problems, and in the process have entirely wiped out an abominable number of plant and animal species, causing widespread habitat loss. There was not a well-devised plan to proceed with care. Instead, there was the bulldozing way of progress, and even now, in the face of danger to which we have never seen the scale of, looming in the short distant future, we are far more concerned with the economy and GDP. So we have a way out of the mess we made. We have a way to a bright future for our future generations. But we continue to grapple with what is worth more to us now. Is it our drive to be wealthy, or is it the thought of someone who will one day be born into this world? What kind of world do we create for them